We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos are about set to go on offense.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Bring it.
And here's Wilson to throw right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson. A quick throw there, going to be batted away at incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
That's what it is. That's what.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. It's picked up by the Broncos.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Let's go.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there complete to Hamlin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like it. I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes.
Now the ball comes loose.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got to be big time now. That's right. It's all like popcorn. You ready to roll? It's all like popcorn.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Looking downfield for Jones. It got his man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 32 on the play.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
On first down, Lawrence sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 19-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Lawrence. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on 3rd down as a real key down in any drive, any situation, and they took full advantage of 3rd down there and made a play.
Patterson's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
It's all like popcorn. Come on now. It's all like popcorn.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So the Broncos coming out now. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll go jet sweep here with Sutton. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point try now for Patterson. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. Just shy of the 30. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
Jacksonville made Christian Kirk the headliner of their 2022 free agency spending spree, and he's one of the highest paid receivers in the league right now. So what do they expect? For him to get his first career 1,000-yard season and give them big-time production. He gets them a first down right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Lawrence. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at the 33-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Again, the juke. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson being chased out left. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here we go. Let's go now. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. He's a little bit with me, baby. I got you, baby. Let's run that, let's go. Right there. Let's go. Let's go to work. Hey, let's go. Bring it. What's the deal, y'all? We're waiting on nobody else to make it. You make the play. Come on now. Show what you got. Oh, I know how I feel. Ride together, baby. Ride together.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he's got room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Lawrence will throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And some room to work. And how about that for just running out the clock? 53 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Couldn't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this one taken just inside the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now Lawrence on first down. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Robinson up the middle. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the 3rd quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's what it is. That's what it is, man. Get him going. Let's go do this thing, baby. Oh, yeah. You call it. We on it, baby. Do it. I got you, baby. All right, go get him now. Dig down deep. Once again, we got to get it down as a good.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Straight ahead, Etienne. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. On the draw, Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Patterson's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the 1st half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And I think there defensively, they were so intent on stopping the run that they kind of got caught out of position. This is just a simple pitch and catch for a first down.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Andre Cisco there on the stop. Five yards remain on 2nd down. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This defense, tough to run against, and those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Gordon got to be the veteran component of one of the league's best backfields last year in Denver. Even splitting carries, he was just outside the league's top 10 with 918 yards. He also added 8 touchdowns, his 6th straight year with at least that many.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Wilson. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 41. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Throw. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Oh, good move.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give him 30 yards there.
You'd think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my defense before they went out to play. In this case, though, they didn't get the message, and a big play resulted.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. To throw is Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by McManus is good, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13.
Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing the second-half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Checks this one down to Robinson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Lawrence. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
On 1st down, Lawrence.
This complete to Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Second and 2.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. Gets past 1 man. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive linemen, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Nick Bonito from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 22. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Here we go, it's Wilson on 4th down.
Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now Wilson on 1st down.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jaguars have just about sewn up this football game. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Robinson with another carry.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams.
And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44. Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Throwing now is Wilson. And this one is incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Wilson to throw.
Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Broncos first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Wilson.
This pass caught by Hamler.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. He'll look to throw.
He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's Wilson. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jaguars getting set to go.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that.
Lawrence.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Caden Stearns. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
72 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Nifty move by Gordon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller.
And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score and OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all, and then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And now out come the Jags. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 70 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Now we'll see what Lawrence can do in overtime. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now Lawrence.Screenplay, here's Etienne. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So it's a win here for the Broncos. And it was thanks largely due to the play of the quarterback, CD, a guy who's been doing it for a while, and that's Russell Wilson.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.